So the origin of tightly laced kicks. Back in the summer of 2003, there was an event happening in New York. It was called Fresh Out the Box, and it was an event that pretty much a sneaker display event. So collectors, and for the most part, and for this particular event, Air Rev, who's legendary sneaker collector, historian, he was the one putting the show together. So it was great. Got there. All the sneakers were behind glass cases, sneakers I hadn't seen in years. The Air Force 3, older models of the, original models of the Air Force One, some Jordans that hadn't been retro to that point that I hadn't seen in years. The Air Command Force, which was the David Robinson pump shoe. A bunch of stuff that I had just hadn't seen in such a long time. And it was, and I guess the best way to describe sneaker show is similar to a car show. You go there, take pictures, hang out, check out the cars. Same thing with the sneakers. It was also an MTV an MTV music party, music awards after party. So when I got there, a lot, banging music. There was a bar, people drinking, having a good time. So although the event was fresh, I couldn't really converse with anybody because you'd have to kind of yell over the music. So on my way back from that event, on my ride back to Boston, I think I decided right then and there that I wanted to put something like that together in Boston. I had the love for kicks, and also having seen this type of show, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I wanted it to be a little bit different. I wanted it to be more of a situation where sneakerheads can come together and kind of talk and share and take flicks and laugh. And I also wanted to add a graffiti art component to it. So got together with DJ Nomadic, and basically she took care of the old school hip hop party that was on the performance hall next door, and we were in the art gallery. Real cool because you could go there and kind of hang out and take flicks of the sneakers. We had it set up in a way where people couldn't get close to sneakers. We had a security guard there as well because people brought some serious heat out from their collections to display. I was able to get in contact with a couple people: Dion Point, Checkmark, Brian from Blackout, Lino from the Floor Lords. So there was we had maybe a handful of people, 5 or 6 people that displayed sneakers. Then I got some of the best graffiti artists in the Boston area, from Deem to Chem to Tease, rest in peace. So it turned out, the entire event turned out great. You can go next door and there was DJ spinning all night. DJ Nomadic was hosting it, and they had some great performances as well. So that was kind of the first event we put together. The date of the event was September 9th, 2004. So I kind of planned for a year from the event summer prior that I went to New York to Tightly Laced Kicks actually happening the following year. And I think we did a pretty good job putting it together. Great turnout. We got close to 300 people. We tried to do it again in 2006. It didn't work out. Then 2010 rolled around. I decided beginning of the year we got to bring this back. It had been a long time since the first event, but I thought it went off pretty well. This time we had same venue, but we had the sneaker display. Instead of it being in the gallery, we had it upstairs in the balcony area of the hall of the, so the same things: performances, graffiti art, sneakers. The theme was more of a alleyway, grungy, nasty type of background, and then the kicks was shining off of it. We had the graffiti art all kind of lined up together, and then the performances that happened on stage. We had some vendors. So overall, it was a pretty good event. We got about 250 people, 225, 250 people. We're going to do it again this year, in the fall, 11/11/11. So I hope you guys are ready. And that's kind of the background, the origin of Tightly Laced Kicks. The name itself, on my way back from New York, I was trying to think of a name. Fresh Out the Box, I thought was a brilliant name. Off the hook, Fresh Out the Box. I mean, you can't get any better than that. So I needed to come up with something that was catchy. And I thought to myself, well, nobody really tightly laced their kicks anymore. I mean, it's kind of a loose feel these days, and I thought people will remember that because it's kind of a goofy type, tightly laced kicks. So that's kind of the origin of the name, the origin of the event. We eventually branched off into doing an apparel line, but that's another story for another day. Peace out.